Background: the Wolof are the major ethnic group in Senegal. They are very influential culturally and politically. The earliest Portuguese explorers in the 15th century observed that the Wolof and Sereer groups were well established along the Senegalese coast at that time. The Wolof had probably occupied that area for centuries. The word Wolof takes many forms and spellings, such as Wolof, Jolof, Lolof, Walof, Lelof, Olaf, and Wolf. Wolof likewise alludes to the Wolof language and its states, societies, and customs. Jolof alludes to the Jolof domain and the Jolof realm in focal Senegal from the 14th to the 19th hundreds of years. Likewise, a West African rice dish is referred to in English as Jollof rice. From the 1600s to the mid-1800s, slave trading caused much dislocation. It did not deplete the Wolof to the same degree as other West Africans, however. Since the first political reforms in 1946, the Wolof have played a leading role politically, culturally, and economically in Senegal. Despite the country's weak economy, the Wolof have built a reputation for international commerce and trading. Wolof business people are found throughout Africa, Europe, and even on the streets of New York City and Washington, D.C. Language:
Jama, ngam. So it's basically a ng sound. In Wolof, we typically have some pronunciations that might be a bit difficult to pronounce, but ng is basically pronounced ng. Jama, ngam. Jama, ngam. And jama ngam means how are you?
Wolof is Senegal's dominant language, although French is the country's official language. Many Senegalese radio and television broadcasts are in French, but some are in Wolof. About 2.5 million Senegalese speak Wolof, and native Wolof speakers account for a third of the population. Besides Senegal, Wolof is also spoken in other West African countries. There are a significant number of speakers in Mauritania and Mali. Including second language speakers, some 7 million people worldwide speak Wolof. About 40% of Wolof speakers are literate, can read and write. The Wolof people are divided into 3 different groups: freemen, individuals descended from slaves, and artisans. The Wolof have traditionally had a highly structured society of aristocracy, classes, and slaves. Intermarriage was rare, but there has been a thinning of the class divide in recent years, with Senegal's second president, Abdou Diouf, for instance, coming from a caste of blacksmiths. Religion and politics. The marabout, who's for the most part a Muslim cleric, is seated at the top of the Wolof tree. The Wolof have not always practiced Islam, but in the 19th century, in response to a confluence of French assault, enslavement, and the diminishing influence of Wolof chiefs, Islam swept through the Wolof, and the marabout's place as its central figure was solidified. Currently, practically all Wolof are a part of one of the 4 Senegalese Sufi Muslim brotherhoods. Lifestyle. Tall, dull, and striking, Wolof individuals are in many cases seen in beautiful textures and examples with a conventional boo-boo style of clothing. Relationships are endogamous. The liked and normal type of marriage among the Wolof is the respective cross-cousin type, with the most favored relationships being those between a man and the girl of his mom's sibling. Dowry among the Wolof public is paid as a bride price. The dower is the lady's property upon the marriage's fulfillment. Separation is very normal in the Wolof society, and as per the Islamic principles. While servitude is unlawful in contemporary African social orders, it was normal throughout the entire existence of Wolof individuals and among the first-class standings. Slaves could only wed with the authorization of their proprietors. It was generally the obligation of the enslaver to orchestrate the marriage of or among his slaves. The enslaver and his relatives likewise reserved a privilege to have intercourse with slave ladies claimed by the family. Hope you enjoyed the video. If you did, please share with a friend. Cheers!